So now, if you go to the slides, this is the example I want to try it out. I'll show you. So you will see on slides here, slide number 14. Okay, if you actually go online and download the slide, you will see that slide number 14. I want to try this out. You can see that we talked in the morning that you have to be careful whether you're talking about one single if statement or two if statements, right? So you can see that in the first case, we actually got if and else if. They belong to a single if statements. And the next one, we got if and if. So it's two separate if statements. Okay. I would like to, first of all, reuse the diagram I drew in the morning. I'm just going to fill in the relevant parts. And then we look at how exactly it's going to behave. So you can see the input and output already. Okay. Let's double check. I'll just do one with you together. And that's something you can do when you see the slides back home. Okay. So now, question for you. For the first one there, you can see if and else if. Which diagram should I go to? First or second? First, right? Yeah, here, the first. Because you can see that this is a single if statement here, right? So let's try. So it says that if I is larger than or equal to 3, I is larger than or equal to 3. In that case, we're going to print out I is larger than or equal to 3. Okay, let's just put it like that. And then the second condition to check is I is less than or equal to 8. Less than or equal to 8, and then I less than or equal to 8. Okay? And with the same two conditions there, so now we have two separate ifs. So now it will be this diagram here. Okay? So I larger than or equal to 3, and I smaller than or equal to 8. Okay? One thing to note, you can try to do some simple analysis. If you put a number line like this, you have 3, you have 8. If something is larger than or equal to 3, it's like that. Something that's smaller than or equal to 8 is something like that. So we do have some overlapping value here, which means for all the values that's between 3 and 8, it's going to cause these two programs to behave differently for the reason that we explained in the morning. Okay, let's try to prove this using Eclipse. Okay, let me show you how to do it. And you are very encouraged to try all the code example I presented in the slides. So each one of them shows some simple ideas that will be worthwhile thinking. Okay. So now let's try this. If you can launch your Eclipse, just make sure I really got a recording. Yes, I do. So launch your Eclipse, please, and let's create a project for today. Okay. So now, sorry, let me just switch. In my case, I just need to switch to a different one. You don't need to do it. Okay, good. So now let's do, if you go to the package explorer there, let's create a new project. So new Java projects. So how's the font size? Is that okay for everybody? Okay. So let's do CSE114, Spring 17, week 02, lab 2. Today's lab 2. Okay. And say finish. Okay. So that's something I want to show you again more. So there is something called packages in Eclipse. So you can see so far we put everything into a single package. It's called a default package. Just like in your computer, you can create different folders to organize your files. Similarly, in your project, you can create different packages to organize your files. Okay, let's try that today. Okay, it's quite a useful thing. Can we just create a new package? Okay, rather than new class, let's do a new package. Okay, if you say new package here, how about we just say slide example, for example. The naming convention for package is all lower cases separated by underscore. Okay? So you can say slide examples. Okay? If you do that and say finish, so now we have a package there, like a folder in your computer. And let's create a class over there. So right click on the package here, and then you can say new class. So what about, let me say this, if single if vs multiple if, how about that? Okay, multiple if. And then make sure you have a main method there, and we can say finish. Okay, and you can double click on this to maximize it. Okay, let's not worry about the scanner. Let's just play with the values. So here the value is simply just I. Okay, integer I is equal to 5, for example, just to be consistent with your slides. So now let's try version 1 and version 2. How about we do some renaming first? I want to have this single if versus multiple if 1. Okay, I want to rename this class. So remember we did it last time. You can move single click on your class name over here, and then right click. And then you can see there's one option called refactor over there, right? Okay, I'll do it again. If you single click on this class name over here, and then right click, and then you will see one of the options is refactor. Under refactor, something called rename. If you click on that, so now you can see there's a box around the class name for you to rename. Let's call it 1. Okay, I will need 2 as well in a moment. Just call it 1. And then say continue to confirm. What it does is it not only changes the class name, it also renames the file for you, so you don't have to do it manually by yourself. Okay, so now we're going to do version 1, which is going to correspond to this diagram over here. It's going to be a single if statement. So let's try to type. Okay. Now we can say if, which is a keyword, and always type parentheses first. Within the parentheses, we're going to put some Boolean condition. In this case, I larger than or equal to 3. That's the condition there. And then after the right parentheses, you can put some curly brackets here, left one. Hit enter. Right? You can see everything that goes under or between these pair of curly brackets is going to be executed if this branch is satisfied. We can say else if, set 2 words, else if I is less than or equal to 8. And something here. Okay, so far so good? Okay, we just do some simple printout statements. We can say system.out.println. I less than or equal to, larger than or equal to 3. And similarly, for the other one, we can say system.out.println. And we can say I less than or equal to 8. Okay, so that is a single if statement. You can say version 1, a single if statement without else. There's no else part. Only if and else if. That's version 1. Can we also do version 2 and then we'll use a breakpoint debugger? Okay. Can you just go back to Package Explorer here, right click on this package here, slide examples, right click, and then go to new, and then go to class. Okay. And let's just create that class name there. Single if vs multiple if 2, number 2, version 2. Okay. And then make sure you select the main method here and then say finish. Okay. And can we just go back to version 1? I want to do some copy and paste just to save some typing. Can we select this part here? Everything that's under the main method. Okay, just copy that. You can go to edit and copy. And go to version 2. And go to edit and paste. Like that. And you can see somehow this is out of the place, right? You can press Control A to select all the code. And then Control I, you will be back to the place. Okay, that's kind of handy for you. Okay, now for second version here, I'm only going to do one single change. Just get rid of this else. So we got 2 if. So you can now change the comment accordingly. Version 2, you can say 2 if statements. And both of them, each one of them does not have an else. Okay? Okay, so far so good? So let's now try to see for this particular value of 5, which is one of the overlapping values over here, is going to cause the two programs to behave differently. Okay, that's what we're going to show you. Let's try this. Let's go to version 1, and can we put a breakpoint just besides integer I is assigned to 5? Double click on that, you can see there's a breakpoint here, right? That's what we did last time. Double click. Okay. So now can we go to run debug as Java application? Okay, I'll still do it again. Run debug as Java application. And now it will be switched to the debug perspective. So now you can see we're here right before we declare and assign I to 5. So now you can see there's a panel here called variables. In case you don't see it, you can go to window and show view, and you can see variables and expressions there. Okay, that's where you can go. Okay, so now let's see this. If I say step over, we can predict what's going to happen. We're going to execute this line here only, line by line. So watch what's going to happen under variables over here. If we say step over, you can see now we got I is equal to 5 here. Agree? Okay, it's there. So now let's try to see. We are now in line number 9 before, and now we're going to check the condition. We know that I is 5. 5 larger than or equal to 3 is true, which means this condition here will be satisfied. So we will expect to see that if we say step over, we're going to go into this branch over here. Okay, let's do step over. Indeed, it does go into it. And now it is going to execute this printout statements. So if you say step over again, you will see something in the console here. If you say step over again, you can see I larger than or equal to 3 is exactly in the console. Okay. Now, what's going to happen next? If we say step over again, you might think we are actually going to check this I is less than or equal to 8 condition. In fact, it is not going to, because the else if belongs to this current if statements. Because the if branch is already executed, all the others will be ignored. So that's the meaning for if statements. So let's try. If you say step over, you just skip and go to the end. That is why eventually you will only see this output here. Okay, that's version 1. Okay, can we just try version 2 as well? Okay, go back to Java here, and let's go to version 2 over here. And version 2, there are 1 and 2 if statements. Let's try. Go to run, and then debug as Java application. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put the breakpoint. That's why. Okay. Can you also put the breakpoint here? Right beside integer I is assigned to 5. Okay, make sure you put a breakpoint. Otherwise, you wouldn't stop. Okay, put the breakpoint, and then we say run debug as Java application. Okay, so now you can see it will stop there again, and we haven't got I yet. So let's step over. You will see that I is 5. Okay, so now we are getting to the same point. We are checking if this branch will be executed or not. And 5 larger than or equal to 3 is true. So we should go there. If you say step over, yes, we will execute that line there. So now here comes the difference. You can see after this, we are actually checking this I is less than or equal to 8 again, rather than just skipping it. It's because these are two independent if statements, so they are not the same. So you got to check it again. So now, 5 less than or equal to 8 is also true. So if you say a step over, you will go into it again, and then, so there'll be two lines of output, right? So that's exactly why I need to draw this diagram to show you, right? Between version 1 and version 2. Is it clear? Everybody? Okay, that's what I would like to show you as a first example. And we can terminate this. You can make sure you press on this button here to terminate, and then you can go back to Java perspective here. So if you look at the slides, you will see that this is the example we just did together. I would like you to try, maybe when you go back today. There is another page of example. And now, see that, I'll talk about this again on Tuesday. You can see now the conditions are slightly different. You can see it's now used to checking I is larger than equal to 3 and less than equal to 8. Now it's different. It's checking if I is less than or equal to 3 and larger than equal to 8. Different. Okay? I would like you to try to see if these two programs behave the same. It says in the slide they behave the same. I would like you to try on Eclipse. Okay? And think about why. That's something I will discuss maybe on Tuesday. Okay, let's now do something more useful. Okay, that one just to show you the meaning of the if statement and how you can use the breakpoint and debugger. Okay, make sure you can use it. That'll be useful for your assignment too. So let's go back to here. Can we just go back to our package explorer? Let's create another package. So can we right click on the project here and then say new package? Okay. Let's say just say lab examples. Okay, anything you like. Lab underscore examples. Finish. Okay, and under this package here, I would like to do one example with you, and I'll give you one as an exercise to do it. This example here, let's create a class first. How about we just call it determine even or odd number. It's a little bit long, but it's informative. Determine if a number is even or odd. Okay, that's something we'd like to do. And then make sure you put the main method here. Okay, let me briefly describe what we want to do. Imagine that this is the console. So your program first is going to say enter an integer. And then you might enter either an even number or odd number. And the program is going to tell you. Okay? If I say, for example, 3, the program is going to say 3 is an odd number. Like that. Okay, let's try another run. Over here, enter an integer. And if you put, for example, 8 over here, and then it's going to say 8 is an even number. So you can see, depending on the value of your input, the output might be different. So that's a good candidate for using selections. Okay? Let's do this one together, and I'll give you a similar exercise to do right away. Okay, let's do it together for this one. The way to think about solving this kind of question, where you have to read something from the input, is this. Think of your program as a black box. Let's say this black box here is your program, which will do something magic, right? And then this is the input, some input to the program, and then it will generate some output. And as far as this course is concerned, we're going to use scanner for the input, right? You're going to say next line, or next int, or next double, depending on what input you're expecting. And for output here, just use print line, right? System and out the mental picture you should have whenever you're trying to solve this kind of problem. Okay, you got input and you got output. So now because we are expecting integer as input, so we can declare our scanner as usual and then say next int, right? Since we are expecting integer. And then once you get integer, how do you determine if the integer is actually an even or odd number? How do you do? Let's not worry about if just yet. What kind of condition does a number have to satisfy to be either even or odd? Yes. Exactly. What you just described is mathematics. How would you do that in Java? How would you get a remainder though? Modulo, yeah, percentage sum. Exactly. Good. So that's what I really recommend. So don't be too terrified if the problem seems a little bit too hard. Think about how you would solve it mathematically, and then translate it into Java. For most of the problem, you can just solve it like that. Okay, let's try. First of all, let's do scanner here. Control space. So you make sure you got import over here. Oh, by the way, since now we have created this class under this package, you can see there's an extra line that Eclipse added for you. You can see package and then lab examples. Okay. So scanner input is assigned new scanner system.in. Okay, let's try to do this prompt first. Enter an integer. Okay. System.out.println. Enter an integer, and we're gonna read it. So you can say int. What about just I? Okay, I is assigned to input.nextInt. So I'm sure you're very familiar with this already. NextInt. Okay. So now we're gonna do exactly what you said before, right? So let's determine this if that's even or odd. So let me do maybe a little wordy version, and I'll show you how to simplify that. Okay, I'll show you both versions. So now, how about let's get a remainder. Integer remainder is assigned to I modulo 2. Okay, which can be either 0 or 1. So we say that if the remainder happens to be 1, that means the number is odd, right? So in this case, you can output to say the number is actually odd. So you can say system.out.println. First of all, the number is I plus is odd. Yeah, I don't need it. Yeah. Otherwise, when you see the else part here, so that means the if branch is not true. That means remainder is not equal to 1. Okay? And then you can simply say system.out.println. I plus is even. Okay, that's about it. I'll give you some time to type, okay? And then we will try a few examples, a few inputs to make sure it's running okay. And then I'll give you one exercise to do. Something very simple. Go ahead. You mean in the condition? Yeah, that's a very good question. So what Hayan was asking was, can we simplify this program a little bit? Yes, we definitely can. Okay, let me, how about we run this first and then we go to that simplified version. Okay. Let's try this program here. Let's just execute this, enter integer. Let's just try the one on the board. If I try 3, 3 is odd. Execute again. How about 8? 8 is even. Okay, seem to work. So now let me show you how to simplify the code just a little bit. Okay. So now let's do this. Can we just select this part here? You can see this part starting from integer remainder is assigned to I modulo 2, and then this, etc. Okay. How do we put this block of code into comments? so that it can be ignored for now. So I can put another version for you. I'll show you. Okay. Select this block, and then you can go to, let me see, source, and then you can go to, give me a moment. Here. Go to source, add block comments over here. You see that? Okay, let me show you again. Select this block here. Okay. Go to source and add block comments. Then you put in the entire block into comments, which means it will be ignored. Okay. Now let's try the version that Hayan was mentioned. How do we do that? So now let me just put, actually I can be a little bit lazy here. I can just copy this. Okay, so rather than using remainder here, let's write everything into one line. Okay, we can simply say, that will also do. Okay, and let me show you another version. This one is not that exciting actually. Let me show you another one. Since we learned about Boolean, right? Boolean, okay, put a new variable here. Boolean, let's say is odd. Let me put it first and I'll explain. And then cut that, put it here. Okay, just type it out and then I'll explain. This one may be a little bit new to you because we're trying to use the Boolean variable. Okay, in line number 21, I declare a new Boolean variable called isOdd, which can be either true or false. If it is true, that means I is odd. If it is false, that means I is even. So now when I do the right-hand side of the assignment, I do I modulo 2 equals 1, which will be either true or false, right? That's how I check to see if the number is odd or even. Okay? You can study this line a little bit. I think that'll be the kind of a convenient pattern you can get used to later. Okay? And then you can see in the condition over there, I simply check to see if this Boolean variable is true or false. If it is true, that means the number is odd. Otherwise, it's even. On Tuesday or maybe Thursday, I'll show you that you can simplify this part even further. You can simply just put this like that. You don't even have to say if that's true or not. That's the simplest one you can get to. But don't worry too much about this. I will explain this maybe in the lectures. That'll be easier. Okay? So now I think for now, you can simply just put is odd equals true. Okay, I think that'll work. So now you got two versions there. Okay. Okay, let's run again. Oh, got some error here. Maybe I missed the curly bracket here. Okay, good. So now if I try again, if I have 3, 3 is odd. If I have 8, 8 is even. Okay, that's good. I have one exercise for you to do. Okay, something very similar. Again, I want you to calculate the absolute value of some integer. Okay. So again, your program will say enter an integer. If I say 3, you will say 3 has absolute value 3. Okay? And then here, enter an integer. I might say, for example, minus 8. So here you can say minus 8 has absolute value of 8. Okay, so depending on whether the value is negative or not, you might do different calculation, right? Might change the sign or not, right? Is it clear what to do? Okay, give it a try. And then he'll walk around to help you. Okay, and now we'll resume in a few minutes. Okay, give it a try.